What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to some very recent and disturbing news. So, apparently, the U.S. ambassador to Canada, Pete Hoekstra, has done something again. And I say again because I did a video about a month ago on this guy. You know, he's supposed to represent America. He represents me, for crying out loud. But he was complaining and really whining about Canadians being upset with the United States, which is just ridiculous. I mean, but that was a video I made a month ago. You can check that out if you're interested. But apparently, he's in the news again for something about swearing? I don't know. I mean, you can't make this up. This is actually the real world that we live in. So let's take a look.
We begin on that profanity-filled rant by U.S. Ambassador to Canada, Pete Hoekstra. Hoekstra was at a high-profile event in Ottawa on Monday meant to celebrate the Canada-U.S. relationship. But sources tell CBC News the ambassador had some choice words for Ontario's trade representative about the province's anti-tariff ad. The CBC's Ashley Burke joins me.
What are we talking about? This is not real life. I still, you can't. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should be thanking Pete or something, you know, really thanking him for all this juicy, moronic content that he just gives us to, you know, if it was just entertainment, you know, that'd be one thing. That'd be like, you know, this is kind of funny, but this is like really, really consequential and really, really bad. This is outrageous. I mean, you don't need me to say that. I mean, anybody with half a brain can look at this and be like, the American representative, the ambassador to Canada, says he's in Ottawa. He lashed out at Ontario's trade representative, and he was swearing and cursing at him? Are you kidding me? This is like a movie. This isn't supposed to be how people act in real life. Oh my goodness. Is there any video of this whole thing? That would be, I mean, is there any video? That'd be something. Tell us there's some video of him doing this, because he deserves to be utterly embarrassed for this.
Now with more on this. So Ashley, this is the talk of the town. Tell us what happened exactly at this event.
You know, I don't watch that much like regular television. You know, I watch Netflix and YouTube, you know, so I don't see like a ton of the mainstream American news, but I haven't heard or seen anything, you know, at a glance or anything like on my phone about this really. Like, this is not huge news in the United States, which is embarrassing in a totally different way, honestly.
Yeah, David, CBC News learned that the U.S. ambassador to Canada went on a tirade aimed at Ontario's trade minister. A witness says that he could be heard swearing, using the F word, and mentioning Doug Ford, his name, and that it appears that Pete Hoekstra was upset about this Ontario ad, this anti-tariff ad that's been playing in the U.S. We've been reporting on it a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, I did a video looking at that ad that got Trump really, really mad. And now Trump is basing our entire trade policy on some random Ronald Reagan ad, which is great. You know, it's just this behavior from like Trump and Pete Hoekstra. I think the worst thing about it is somehow here in America, this behavior has been normalized. it's not major. It's Trump, canceling trade negotiations with Canada. That was major news in America. Don't get me wrong. But it's the behavior he's showing and that Pete Hoekstra did here towards Canada. It's not like people are not outraged enough in America. I guess that's my problem. People don't really care enough. Like, this behavior, this crazy behavior is becoming too normalized in America, where it's not even like no one's even that surprised, or really, this didn't even really make the news that much apparently here. This is the first I'm hearing about it in detail. So that's a big, big problem that I've noticed.
The same one. It's the one that uses former Republican President Ronald Reagan's voice. It's the one that angered Donald Trump to the point where he says he was terminating trade talks and threatened a new additional 10% tariff on Canadian goods.
So let me get this straight. The U.S. ambassador to Canada, the person whose job, their reason for existing, is to, facilitate the relationship between Canada and the United States. And that... I would think it goes without saying that he's supposed to encourage and facilitate the relationship in a positive way. But you wouldn't know it based on his behavior. This guy seems totally unhinged. This is the second time that he has gone on some crazy rant that I know about. Think about the stuff that's not even caught on camera or that no one talks about behind closed doors. This is the second time publicly that it's been a news story that the U.S. ambassador is going off on unhinged rants against Canada. He's supposed to represent Americans. This is embarrassing. Like, there's no way around it. It's embarrassing for all Americans. All Americans should be upset about this. This behavior, acting like a child, swearing and saying the F word towards a Canadian professional government representative or trade representative, it's outrageous. He should lose his job over this. Like, right? I don't think that's out of line. If any other job, maybe because he's in the government, or if Trump appointed him, maybe he's not going to get fired for this. I don't know. But any other job, if you do such a horrible job at what you're supposed to do, literally the opposite of what he's supposed to do, he is dividing Canada and the United States. He's dividing us. He's causing more turmoil and more problems. That is the literal opposite of his job. I mean, you can't make it up. Obviously, he's not good at this. Obviously, he shouldn't have this job. I think that is so apparent, but I doubt anything's going to happen.
And this latest incident involving the U.S. ambassador, as you mentioned, it happened here in Ottawa on Monday at this really high-profile event that's attended by a lot of people in Ottawa and D.C. And normally at that event, there is a joint toast with the U.S. and Canada's ambassador, where they deliver some remarks.
Okay.
And this year, sources say just one person was up doing that speech this year and that toast, and that was the Canadian side, just showing you how tense the whole situation is right now.
So the Canadians are taking the high road and actually acting professional, and do like they're supposed to be this ceremonial toast, and only the Canadians are doing it. And was Pete supposed to do it, or Americans, and they didn't do their part of the toast? This is so freaking bad. And yes, now Canada and the U.S. has a pretty complicated relationship, especially trade relationship. But another part of me is like, it really doesn't have to be this bad. It's not that complicated. Like, America, just stop trolling. Seriously. I think that's the easiest way to put it. Stop trolling Canada. Stop going to high-profile events. Is it that hard to not go off on unhinged rants where you swear? This is a room full of Canadians. He felt that comfortable going in there to Ottawa in Canada and embarrassing himself and America like this. He is way too comfortable. That means he doesn't care at all. If based on what I can see, it's like he doesn't care. Or he's letting his personal ego get into it, or I don't know what, but clearly not fit for this position.
Right. Okay. So Pete Hoekstra is berating David Patterson, the Ontario Trade Representative to Washington, and coarse language was used. And then there was no joint toast, as we typically see at these things.
Crazy. This is even worse than I thought. I just knew there was some crazy thing that happened with Pete Hoekstra again. This is worse, somehow, than when he was berating Canadians in general for being upset with America. How dare you be upset with us? Now sit there and listen while an American tells you how dumb you are. But don't you dare be upset with us. Don't you dare. Just sit there. Don't you dare resist any of our attempts to ruin your economy or your way of life or take over Canada or say anything. Don't you dare. It's very mean and rude. Only we get to do that. This is the article about it. U.S. Ambassador goes on an expletive-laced tirade at Ontario's trade representative. So there's only witnesses. Oh my God. Somebody whip out your cell phone. Somebody get this on camera. My God, this video would have been very damning for one thing, but also like the least having a video would have been better. It really would have made him look like an idiot, like a tool. Instead, hearing about it is bad enough. He delivered the expletive-laced tirade, Ottawa on Monday. Word has spread quickly. Like, it's just a complete and utter, like, what do Canadians even think of Americans after this kind of thing? That we are the most disrespectful, incompetent, like, morons that you've ever, like, based on our ambassador, based on our representative, I could hardly blame you for thinking that. It's really a shame. This is really a travesty. For the U.S., like, it's embarrassing, to say the least. It was a network that was supposed to celebrate the Canada-U.S. relationship. This is just ironic on so many different levels, but it's not even funny. Like, it's too backwards. This was supposed to be an opportunity for people like Pete Hoekstra to make a good impression, to facilitate, diplomacy between our countries, and it turned into this. This has taken over the whole event. This is all anybody's going to take away from this. There were witnesses. It's like it was a murder. Witnesses appeared upset. Oh, they said Hoekstra was really upset about the anti-tariff ad. Get over it, man. Like, it's like a child. Like, okay, you can have your opinions on an anti-tariff ad. I'm surprised Trump and him are even so upset about it. It's not even an ad that's that anti-Trump. It's not like Trump in clown makeup or something. It's just really an ad about tariffs using a bunch of quotes that Ronald Reagan did say. It's just like expressing an opinion about tariffs. Like, some people don't like them. Some people think they're good. It's okay. Like, whatever happened to just like normal discussion and debate and having different points of view? Like, this anti-tariff ad is literally driving Trump and Hoekstra insane. Like, surprisingly more than I would have thought. Hoekstra was using the F word and mentioned Doug Ford. My God. Ford urges the U.S. ambassador to apologize? Oh, there's a video. Okay. What's this?
The Globe and Mail has a piece that speaks about Ambassador Hoekstra, to use a blunt phrase, cursing out your Ontario representative in the United States at a meeting. What do you say to that? This was related to your advertisement related to Donald Reagan. Yeah. What's your response to Ambassador Hoekstra's words?
Yeah, what?
Come on, Ambassador. He's a guy, you know something? I like him. Pete, you got to call Dave up and apologize. It's simple.
Okay, that's not what I expected. Doug Ford likes Pete Hoekstra. Maybe Pete's a swell guy, like when you get to know him and play poker and have a beer or whatever, but based on everything I have seen, he's quite literally the opposite of a nice guy. Anyway, whatever, maybe he's just being nice.
I like him. Pete, you gotta call Dave up and apologize. It's simple. You know, the cheese slipped off the cracker. I get it. You're ticked off, but call the guy up because you're a good guy.
The cheese slipped off the cracker. Like his brain fell out of his head. No, like, don't. I think this is being a little too generous, actually. This is like a little too nice. Yes, he should absolutely apologize to that guy, that Canadian representative that he was directly verbally attacking. He should absolutely apologize to him at the very least. I think at best he should resign and like give up his job. Seriously. Like this is embarrassing.
And Dave's my champion. The guy is just instrumental in these trade deals down in Washington. And, you know, some people get hot, they get heated. I get heated sometimes. But just call the guy up and bury the hatchet. Because the ambassador's a good guy, actually. I love Dave.
Wow.
I like the ambassador, so he knows what to do.
What?
Come on, Pete, you've been around for before Moses. Call the guy up and apologize. Let's start getting back on track.
Well, that's a very graceful language from the Ontario Premier. Yeah. That's a lot of grace, a lot of understanding, more than I have the patience for, to be honest. The idea that Canadian representative deserves an apology, that's like the very least. And he's really making this almost seem like, Pete Hoekstra is having a beef with this one Canadian. I really see this as like much bigger. Like Canadians are going to take away like something from this, an idea about what Americans are like, what the American ambassador is like, and it's negative. So this has been so harmful on such a bigger level than two people like in a squabble. This is much bigger than that. It's much worse than that. So, yeah, I just wanted to check this out and see what the insane clown news for today was, because it seems like anytime there's news concerning the U.S. and Canada, it's negative. Like that seems to be all what's been happening recently, which is a huge shame. A few months ago or weeks ago, I was getting a little optimistic about like a trade deal between Carney and Trump, and on the flip of a dime, like it seems like everything has gone backwards like 100 times, 100 miles backwards, like just so quickly. Everything has devolved into this, and it's not good to see. So anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts, especially if you're Canadian. Seeing something like this, like hearing your thoughts and what you think about all this would be really cool. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and seeing Canadian things I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.